All right, let's inspire first. Okay, first thing I want you to do is go to compounded interest calculator. Go to MoneyChimp. All right, so for the SPX challenge, all right, Angus is here, and you guys should really thank Angus a lot because, excuse me, Angus is really putting a lot of energy into SPX. All right, guys. I'm starting my SPX with $750. It's really $500, but psychologically, I need an extra $250 in there. Does that make sense to everybody? Just kind of psychologically bothers me when if I'm below 500. Plus the extra 250 gives me a little bit of room where I can do an extra trade like I did today. All right, does this make sense, everybody? Yes or no? Does it make sense? Okay, it makes sense. 750 is not a lot of money. It's not that much more than 500. Okay. Trades today we did 2 SPX trades today. One was 60, right? First one was 60, and the second one was 80. 140. 140 is how much? What percentage of $500 is 140? Can we call it 25%? Can we call it 25? Can we call it 25? It's 28. All right. Current principal, $500. Right? Years to grow is going to be not years. Okay? It's not going to be years. Okay? If we can take the account and do what we did right now, all right, and do it 10 more times, how much do we got? What do we got? 6,000. If we can do what we did today 20 more times, you got 69,000. 30 times? Whoa, $822,000. Makes sense? Does it make sense? Does this make sense to you guys? Yes or no? You want to do this 40 times? You want to do what we did today 40 times? You got $9 million. My goal, though, is here's a goal. I want to do it in 20% lots. All right. And I want to take 50 weeks. 50. Let's do it this way. All right. Let's track it as 20%. And we're going to try to do it 50 times. Okay. Who's traded SPX options before? Anybody? Who's traded them before? Who is not? Who's not? Who's not traded before? Right. An SPX option is very much like trading the SPY. Basically tracks the same thing. Same thing as ES futures. All right. They are cash settled. You guys know what cash settled means? Everybody know what cash settled means? Yes or no? Come on. No. Okay. Cash settled means you can't get assigned. There's no shares. There's no shares. You can't go buy SPX shares. They are an options trading vehicle. So what that means is, let's say you have an in-the-money put and it expires on Monday and it's in the money. You don't get assigned shares. You get the value of the put at the closing price of the SPX, which is, it happens around like 405, 5-ish. All right. Does that make sense, everybody? Talk to me. Does it make sense? So for you guys, some of you guys with small accounts, this is kind of good right? Because your broker's not going to call you up an hour before close and say, hey, you don't got $1 million. All right. You can trade until 4 on the ones that expire that day, Angus. I believe. Correct me if I'm wrong on that one, Angus. They will not let me buy them, the ones that expire that day after 4. But like today, I could have traded until 4:15 SPX. I could trade SPX until 4:15 today, tomorrow's expiration. SPY at 4:15. So, but here's the deal: on the ones that expire tomorrow, you're not gonna be able to trade them after 4 o'clock. On the ones that expire tomorrow, the ones that expire today, there's also a time in the morning where you can trade them too. All right, they expire Monday. This is what's beautiful about them. Wednesday, Friday. Typically, they have Monday, Wednesday, Friday expirations that are settled around 4 something. 4 something. After close. See, today expires today only till 4. You could trade today until 4:15. 4:15 because today didn't have an expiration. That one closes. That one closes tomorrow. Does that make sense? The trick is on the, I believe monthlies, quarterlies is one that expires the one that settles, the cash settles the next morning, which you stay away from. So you might have like a Thursday and a Friday expiration. Okay. Point I'm trying to make is what, guys? What do you think the point I'm trying to make right here is? What is the point I'm trying to make? Is you got cheap options 3 days a week. The cheapest you're going to get. Can you, James, can you tell your friend to check his email? Right, and you don't need, here's the issue, is, Jeff, this is what I like better on SPX than SPY. If you are ahead on your options and if you're in the money, no, you don't need to close it. All right, here's what I believe is the deal. I believe TOS is going to charge you $10. Could be wrong on that. To do the transaction, Interactive Brokers doesn't charge you. Not per contract, per thing, per follow me for the transaction. They're going to charge you $10, I believe, or whatever they charge for exercise. All right, you don't need to close them. Okay. Why I like that better than the SPY is, on the SPY, you're sitting there battling at the last minute, taking it into 4:15. You don't know if you want to close it. You don't know, you know you don't know when to get out. Should I keep it a little bit long? You know, SPX, if you're in the money, just let it run. All right, that's what you can do, right? Make sense? One SPX moves the same as 10 SPY contracts. Let me repeat this. One SPX moves the same as 10 SPY contracts. Comprende? So, here's my question. Here's my biggest thing that I'm going to say about your account. All right, but it's not as expensive as 10 SPX. And I'm going to do more videos and stuff on this SPX as we go along. And as Angus refines the system and I really start understanding his system, then my system, and whatever. So if you are not used to 10 SPX contracts, don't go in 5. I mean, if you're not used to trading 10 SPY contracts, for the love of God, don't go in 10 SPX. It's like having 100 SPY contracts. All right? Okay? How I trade SPX as far as risk management on my own. Number one, I don't use a stop. Okay? Number two, I only go in with what I'm willing to lose. Okay? And number three, I usually try to pick contracts that are under $300. Okay. Now you may say, oh boy, he's really stupid. He doesn't want to go in. He doesn't use a stop. You got to be stupid, right? If you don't use a stop, you got to be the stupidest moron in the world, right? Am I right or wrong? Am I right or wrong? You gotta be just the stupidest, dumbest moron that could ever walk the face of the earth if you don't use a stop. All right, let me figure out if I can actually get this thing working. Today, and just for full disclosure on this little thing that we're doing, right? On this challenge that we're doing, I've been trading him not in the challenge account from TD Ameritrade because for some godforsaken reason they didn't give me options privilege at first. Then I applied for options privilege, and today I realized it was only covered calls. And 3 weeks ago when I opened the account, we were arguing over my discounted rate that I have with them. Okay. Today, we were in a 2, 5, 7, 0 puts. And we paid, how much did we pay for those? Guys, I don't have my brokerage account open. Because it slows down this stuff. I can't remember. How much did we pay for these? It was $390. 2570 puts, $390. Okay. Now, I use the ES futures to trade, okay, because these follow the ES futures. That was the second buy in P. What happened on the ES futures is you had a break above high a day. This is the break above high a day, all right? I like to trade. Everybody, in Friday I got the same thing. Someone's like, why are you shorting the market when it's going up? Okay, this is my favorite counter trend trade. It's called, I'm playing a stop run. Does everybody know what a stop run is? Everybody know what a stop run is? Yeah, does anyone not know? If you don't know, tell me. I want to know. If you don't know, just say, I don't know what a stop run is. It's okay. Okay. Assume for a minute you were short, Steven, right? Where do you think most people are going to put their stop when they're short? Yeah, this was actually a high too. You could go back further on the ES futures and see that was a high. So if anyone's short the ES, where are they going to put their stops? Dumb money puts it like right here. So what does big money do? They come in, they put it up, stop everybody out. They're buying it on the way up just for the hell of it, right? Just because they want to take your money. They're buying it on the way up. And all of a sudden they short it and sell. All right, then they're taking it down. So everybody that's short gets stopped out at the top. Duh. Where else are you gonna get stopped out? You're gonna get stopped out at the top, right? So these 390 puts, if memory serves me right, went down to 245. Is that right on that, Peter P? think they were down at like 245. Somewhere along there, right? So you're down like 150 bucks. Right? You're down 150 bucks on the trade. Okay. Once again, if you're in 10 contracts, you're down $1,500. All right? If you're in 5 contracts, you're down $750. It's SPY times 10, guys. It moves that fast. All right? And then up here, when I saw this, that it was what I felt it was, a stop run. That's what I mentioned by, I wanted them at 265, I got them at 270. I put 265 out, but it was actually 270. All right, and that was the same time I was on the phone with Toss trying to figure out why I couldn't make trades. And what did they ended up going to? What was it? 5 something? 530. So this move to this move was 270 to 530. We got the 270. We didn't get the 530. Boy, this is hard to trade. All right, can we agree on that? This just got hard to trade. Okay, but the goal in the SPX Millions was actually to get some green on the board, get some green in the account. Okay, does that make sense? Let me go over. How do I get rid of the drawing tools? Okay. No, but how do I get rid of the drawing tools? All right. So the first trade we did today was, and I'm gonna share all this stuff with you as time goes on. What do we call this formation in the markets? Yeah, kind of. You can also call, the markets like to do one of 2 types of formations. All right, I'm going to try to use this screen drawer again. And, God bless America if I get it working. I'm really not used, and I apologize, guys. I'm just not used to. I'm not used to this program. Okay. 2 formations that you're going to see in the this is one formation you're going to see. A pop up, a drop down. As long as it doesn't break the bottom, you can try to take that for a long. Okay? As long as it doesn't go red, you can try to take that for a long and hold support. This is, I think, somewhere around here we took it long, right? The first trade. I didn't really like the market that much, and we get out really quick. All right. The second formation is it's just a gap up. Instead of moving up again, it's just a fade. It can drop even below and then moves up. All right. Here's one thing to keep in mind. Okay. In theory, see, this is your opening print up here, your opening move on that formation. Do you see that right there? That right there. All right. Since we spent the most of the day, actually the high print was up there, right there. You gotta use that top. Since we spent the most of the day trading below the opening prints up here, the first, what, 15 minutes? The market is not a rip your face off long. Okay? Right? It's not a rip your face off long because we still haven't taken out the first 15 minutes. Right? Okay, so let me explain. Does anyone have any questions so far about SPX, trading SPX? You can do it in a cash account. You don't need margin. You can day trade it. Okay, you can day trade all you want. Now, this is a 2-minute chart, Jeff. I use a 2-minute chart. This is DMI done a little different way. It's Bollinger Bands and parabolic SARs with pivot points. Okay? And if you notice, we started getting red up here. Red DMI. When you got green DMI, could have taken it long there on that Bollinger Band. This is for quick scalps, right? See how it switched to green? All right. Came down, tested the Bollinger Band. Parabolic SAR below. Green DMI. You can take it long. You want to take it long? Take it long. All right. And I'm going to share this with you, but I got to do some more back testing of this bad boy. But I'm going to share it with you guys. And I'll even do a video on how I do that. Okay. I use, for trading SPX, I use the ES. Okay. I really use the ES. And these are TAS levels, these boxes you see. To me, they're the best thing since sliced bread. All right. We broke that. The red is high value, the blue is point of control, and the green is low value. So in this time frame, this is where 68% of the volume is trading based on their algorithm. The blue line is where the most volume is trading. So if it breaks the blue line, it's breaking where big money's trading it. Okay, does that make sense? So if you look, we had this drop down. Okay, now clear as a bell, it dropped below the value area, right? There was holding. You guys see that right here? See that green line? It dropped below it. Yes, this is short. You don't want to be long on this. If the ES is a short, SPX is a short. Okay. Since we only have $750, some are starting with $1,000 to start, I don't want to do the open trades. Okay, the open trades are very they're tough. They can go against you fast. The spreads are wild. Wild at times. Okay. The spreads are wild. And I don't feel that I want to go in right now. I just don't feel I want to go in right now on the account until we get up where we're trading multiple contracts. And what we're going to do is, as we grow the account, then we're going to start trading more contracts. Probably about $2,000 before we get into 2, maybe even 3. Maybe 3,000 before we get into 2 contracts, unless they're end of day contracts under $100. Log in and log out. I'm not sharing video. I'm not sharing. The only thing I'm doing is I'm using Camtasia, which might be doing it. That's why I closed my trading platform link on. Camtasia just seems to eat up a lot of resources. Yeah, it might be the, I don't know, it might be the Camtasia. All right, so this was your short, okay? All right. So we had this candle, this candle. Then Taz said, hey, I'm going to put this box here. There's point of control. This is where big money's trading. Okay? It's a long right here. It was a long. All right? Trading above that. So then we come up and it's like, uh-oh. You're getting some wicks. This is right around this area is where I said, you know what? I said I feel they may try to bring it above and do a head fake. But I kind of like the downside after yesterday. And they brought it above. So they brought it above the resistance, prior resistance. And boom. And I'm not sure, guys, what happened on this. There was rumor has it that one of the Fed guys is hawkish, and he's in the running. I don't know if you guys read that. And then right around the same time is the guy was on TV calling Donald Trump a nut. I can't remember who. One of the Republican senators. So we kind of got some noise here. Here's my plan, guys. When we get noise like this, I don't want to be in the market. Does that make sense? I just don't want to be in the market. Corker. No, it wasn't Corker, Ronnie. It's another one. Another Flake. Flake announced he was resigning, and Flake announced. No, he's in the Senate, isn't he, James? Flake announced he was resigning, and he's a Republican. Yeah. Flake announced he was resigning and said Donald Trump was dangerous to the world. And also someone about the Fed chairman. And you know, guys, when I get stuff like this, I don't want to trade. I don't want to be in positions. You could have been sitting here making $100 a contract up and down, right? You guys saw I did some paper trading to show how to set something up with the room, and we were trading this like it was easy if you were focused and you had a setup for it. All right, we closed towards the low of the day. For me, this market is going to be guilty until proven innocent. All right. So those are two setups. The setups we're not going to be doing is the opening ranges. Maybe on an expiration day we will, but on a non-expiration day, I had no intention of even doing an SPX trade today. Because as Agnes will tell you, they're much better on an expiration day. All right. You would have had a double. Now, you would have had Angus. What do you think? On that move from 2570, 2564, you'd have a triple. At least a triple. And you could stay in it more. You could stay in it a lot better. Maybe even 4 times. At least 300%. You'd be up. And you could stay in it more. And we could have done 2 contracts. Because that contract, instead of being 270, Angus, what would it be? Probably 140. Yeah, about 140. 140 instead of 270. Maybe 150. 160. This is a beautiful setup, Angus. Angus is looking at it, and this, I think, met your criteria, Angus, for your trade, this setup. And I think this setup down here met your criteria for a bounce. All right. Some of you guys are on the day trading feed. Here, I want to say something. Pick on the day trading feed what you are comfortable trading. All right. You got to pick on the day trading feed what you're comfortable trading. And I have a very hard time. God, I'm being honest with you as much as I can. I have some members that hate a $70 option that goes to $1. They hate it. They hate trading it. All right. Does this make sense? Some members don't even think it's worth their time going in a $70 option that goes to $1. So then you go into Tesla. I mean, it moves. You either catch the move in the right direction or you don't. You got to determine what you are comfortable trading. Does that make sense, everybody? Yes or no? Tesla moves different than IWM. All right, I tried IWM today. with the room IWM calls, and we had a really hard. I had a really hard time with those IWMs. Those IWMs just weren't giving it to me. But boy, were they cheap. Right? I still think you could put on a straddle on IWM in this market, and those are going to pay off. I went in BABA. It was good. It's good, but some like to, Angus, some members really like to go in and catch a $5 and $6 move. And I understand that. I do too. All right. Now, with that said, you got to determine what you want to trade. Okay? You got to determine which trade you want to take. Tesla's a tough trader, guys. I'm telling you, most people, a lot of traders have lost a lot of money on Tesla. But when you catch the right move in Tesla, you're going to make it. SPX, what I realized now, last Friday, who took the SPX trade last Friday? The SPX trade last Friday. End of day. And you get stopped out, I bet. Right? Whoever took it probably gets stopped out. Not lying to you. Probably got stopped out. But it went from 230 to 290. SPX can be very forgiving on a Friday. The problem with SPX options last Friday was they were overly expensive. Those bad boys were overly expensive right up until the very end. Okay. This whole move up is something of extreme interest for me. All right. That everybody knows what that move up was, right? On the ES futures. Yes or no? Who knows what caused that? Anybody know? Anybody know what caused that? No one knows? Come on. The Senate voted on I think they voted on the budget, and everybody's getting all excited because now the tax plan's going to pass. I am very, and I'm going to try to make no statement whatsoever politically, except I'm very leery that this tax plan is going to pass as the market wants it to. All right. Now, I don't care what you believe. I don't care who you like for president. I'm going to remove all the drawings. Let me delete the drawings. All right. This is a level of interest for me. Because, and for you guys that have been trading, right, here's what I've learned. Forget what news event causes. It was a news event, right? Can we agree on that? It was a news event. Yes or no? It was a news event at 9:30 at night that popped the ES futures in a market that was not that liquid, right? Can we agree to disagree? This level's key. This level, 2562. Write it down. You can play bounces. If it comes back down, test it. Play a bounce. If it breaks, it goes short. This level to me right here is key because it's a breakout of this whatever happened here, and we've already came down and tested it once. All right. So for you, this level is key. You can try a long off it, right? So let me ask you guys a question. I mentioned to you some trade setups that I'm going to do. Would you like me to do videos of each setup that we're going to do? One of the most important things you can do when you're trading the SPX. Who has data? Who has data for ES futures? Who has data for ES futures? One of the most important things you can do is take a 60-minute chart and start drawing lines. All right. Even down here. Or you could take this and kind of split the difference. You could do that as a breakout. This level here, so you got two key events. One is this crazy thing that happened at night, okay? The other event, this kind of crazy, is this event right here. And we all know what this event was, right? Anybody know what this event was? You gotta love this. It gets better and better all the time. Trump talking a tax plan. So, let me just get my crazy pen again. Here we go. Tax plan. Tax plan. All right. Just tossing something out into the open. Can we agree that these were two? Can we agree this and this was tax plan? Can we agree? Yeah, can we agree? Yes or no? Can we agree? This is a tax plan at 9 o'clock when they're voting on the budget. Budget's getting through now. Tax plan can sail through. Blah 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 blah. Right, right. This right here was all about the tax plan too. All right. All right. So you may ask yourself, what is really fueling this market? I mean, what is really fueling this market right now? In my opinion, what's really fueling this market is do you listen to the banks? You listen to the banks when they were reporting earnings, they were talking about stuff. All right, their trading revenue sucks. But they're saying if we get a 20% capital gains rate, how good it's going to be for them. Right? How great it's going to be. The world's going to be just this most amazing place, right? Okay. I am very leery of the cap. I'm very leery of this tax plan. This is going to be a 20% cap gains. I feel, this is what I feel, without getting into politics, because you guys know what I think of our president, but that's neither here nor there. I feel that we are going to get a watered down Thomas, would you agree with that? You follow macro. You follow macro. I feel we're going to get a watered down something. I don't know what it's going to be. All right. It's going to be something, but it's going to be watered down. Or I would say about 20% of the SPY right now is all based on this tax reform. And this is my opinion. I feel about 20% of the SPX has tax reform priced into it. Okay. So for you guys, if anyone have any questions right now? Anyone want to comment on the tax? I want another opinion on the tax. I want someone to challenge me and say I disagree with you. Does anyone really disagree? Talk to me. Talk to me. Does anyone really disagree with the tax thing? But anyways, okay. I'm going to show you guys couple things that are going on in the markets. This right here is what is driving the markets. All right, XLF. Look at that bad boy. Okay. Banks caught a bid, the markets did. Here's one thing interesting on the markets right now. Anyone notice what it is? XLF is made a new high today. Spiders didn't. And you want to know why? Let's do that. Okay. Tech's having some trouble, guys. Apple, not new highs. Amazon, ready to roll over. Google, inside day. No, I thought I had an inside day. It came down, tried to hold. All right. These are the bad boys. All right. They're not doing it. All right. If, however, because they have earnings coming up and we got to be very, 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 very careful about this. If they do it, okay, watch for the SPY to go higher. Watch TLT at this 123 level. Watch it like a hawk. Okay, it's a key level. TNX, the 10-year, is at resistance. Can we agree? Does everybody understand the relationship between the 10-year, the XLF, and treasuries? Does everybody understand this relationship? Good. I'm glad someone doesn't. All right. Does everybody know what the 10-year is? It's the yield on the 10-year notes. Okay? So, let's rationalize this for a minute. Let's rationalize it in really simple terms, because this 3 correlations is the one you want to watch. And you can make a lot of money not knowing anything else but this. I'm not lying to you. Not. Okay. So the 10-year is the yield. I use TNX. Okay. Can we agree to disagree that it's at resistance? It is, right? You could say this is really at a critical level, right? You could say that, right? You could say this is really at a critical level here, right? Okay. If the 10-year yield goes up, okay? It goes up, right? What else goes up? No, screen share's there, Jeff. You guys can see it, right? Either refresh it, log in, log out. If the 10-year yield goes up, what else goes up? Banks. Okay? Does that make sense? If the 10-year yield goes up, banks go up. Get more money. All right? Makes sense. Perfect sense. If the 10-year yield goes down, this is a negative sign. All right? What goes down? Bonds go down. Wait a second. No, sorry. If the 10-year yield goes down, bonds go up. So this should be what goes up. I'm sorry. This is what I wanted to make. All right. When the 10-year yield goes down, bonds go up. All right. This is why typically when you see bonds going, you may see bonds going up, 10-year market going down. So we've already determined that banks equals all-time high, right? If the yields go down and banks pull back and tech doesn't kick in, SPY goes lower. All right. Does this make sense, everybody? I want to make sure. Right now, you got the 10-year yield at resistance. It's gone up. Banks have gone up with it. While it's gone up, bonds have gone down. All right. Kira, I want to say one thing. I don't like trading gold. Gold is typically sensitive to the dollar. All right. As many people in the room know me, I like to do quick trades on gold in and out. I just don't like gold as a commodity, or as I don't like gold. I don't like crypto. I don't like any of this. See, gold is the one thing I don't understand so much, is because, you know, unlike oil, which is about supply and demand and manipulation by the company, by the countries, or cattle, which is about supply and demand, stuff like this. Gold it's not really about supply and demand. It's really about emotion. Typically, as the dollar goes up, commodities like gold will go down. All right. But if you look at what's been happening, the dollar's been really getting crushed. And gold's still not doing good. So I much prefer, if I was going to trade something, I have a much better read on bonds and banks than I do gold. Does that make sense? With this is the main, this is the main little issue I wanted to mention. And I really wanted to mention about tech. Now, when you think of tech, don't think of Netflix or Tesla. All right? Yeah, they're tech. You think of Apple, Google, Amazon, Microsoft. Those are the big boys. What are they doing? Tesla's not going to move the market. If you love Tesla, you love Tesla, but it's not going to move the market. This is going to move the market. All right? This is going to move the market. This is going to move the market. This is not going to move the market. I didn't mean to do that. There's not a big appetite for chasing these higher. Is it because of maybe, you know, Netflix popped up, sold off? I don't know. But it's something I feel you need to watch. All right, with this, because I really wanted to keep this into a proper time frame, so you could draw lines here too. Because you got the problem with the ES right now is you got some big voids. This move was insane, and you know, this is one thing to keep in mind too. I believe this was a reaction to Spain's elections, right? Is that right? The issue in Spain. All of a sudden, we just rip 40 points, like no tomorrow. You know, we just shake it right off. Okay. But the big thing you can do is take a 60-minute chart and draw your level. And don't be afraid to draw them all the way down at your pivots too. Because one day, you may hit them. This is the kind of the levels I give you at, like here. See how you got, came up, broke out, retest, up, breakout. And it's probably a time when this level is going to be support again. Okay. With that, I wanted to do an hour session. Anyone have any questions? I want to help you guys. All right. If you're not getting something, slow down. There's money to be made every day. There's some people that are just going to focus on SPX, but they understand that they're not going to get stopped out. They understand their risk. They understand that they're going to catch a 300 or 400% win one day. right? I wish I was trading yesterday. I'll tell you right now, I would have shorted that open with a vengeance. When SPX popped up to 82 or whatever it popped up to, I'd have been all over that short. All right, I like, just so you guys know and you don't one second. I like when we're trading at all-time highs to short the open. VC, I'll answer your question via email. But right now, you're just look at, you want ES futures. You want the futures. ES. They may see. I'll answer your question via email. Is that okay? No, but you just. This is SPY futures. It's tracking the same thing. BC. Does that make sense? Anyone have any questions? I do have an appointment at 8 that I have to go to, so I wanted to have this little. I want you guys to send me, if you're not doing well, I want you to send me an email. This is not about me making money selling memberships. Okay. I have QQ. What's QQ? Also, Reese, you've been asking me about that for a while. Angus and I are working on a couple systems. I've been trading the value areas. High and low breaks of value areas. And I'll give you that other chart setup that I have if you want. I'll do it in toss and you can have this one too. See, I like to see where it is with the Kumo, this. For example, right now in a 60-minute, SPX is just trading inside value areas. But forget that. Just look at this. This is a system I'm using. I use the TAS levels, Suresh, which unless you have them, is not going to help you. Right? Does that make sense? You know, like today, here's a 2-minute chart. There's your point of control right there. Boom. It was a short if you wanted to take it. Broke it right there. Came here. It held it on the 2-minute. Came down. Retested it. Bollinger Band. Retest. I mean, I can sit here, Sharice, all day and scalp this for like 40 bucks. Boom. It broke it right there. 2-minute. It broke it. Short. Right? Did you, Suresh, you asked me, I think you asked me about the end of the day on Friday. This actually was a winning trade, man. You know that, right? Did you get that trade? On Friday, I was playing for a reversal on Friday. It's called an end of day reversal, which is Angus has back tested that thing, right, Angus? I think you've back tested that. It's got like a 90 or 100% win rate. What's the win rate on that, Angus, that you did your back testing? He'll tell you. It's got a good win rate, Sharish. That's why I took it Friday. It's 80% or so. Got a damn good win rate, Sharish. That's why I took it. And here's the thing, right? I'm going to tell you something. The biggest mistake on Friday was the options were too expensive. We got in at 230. You could have got out at 290. But you would have loved me if this dumped 5 points. I would have been your best friend all month. Because if that had dumped 5 points, those options would have exploded. Those 230 options would have gone to like 700 bucks. I'm not lying to you. And don't think it can't happen. And the issue is I looked at the calls too. The calls were losing. The calls were a price high too. They were losing value. So I'm gonna divide these trades out into different types, and you guys got to decide what you're going to take. For some of you guys, taking these end of day trades, it doesn't fit your personality, right? If it doesn't fit your personality, you can't do it. Does that make sense? And I don't want to say they're all or nothing, but you don't have much control. The only control that I have, that I know, is based on backtesting data, what percentage they win. That's the only thing I have that makes me feel good about them. Right, Angus? But you don't have any control so much once you get in that trade, because it can go against you so fast or it can go in your favor so fast that you don't know what hit you. But when it goes in your favor, it's beautiful. But if someone says, hey, I got a trade that wins 80% of the time, are you going to take it? Yes or no? Are you going to take it? If it sets up properly, and you got an 80% win rate on a proper setup, are you going to take it? Sure you. I am. Yeah, I'm going to take it. Because here's the deal. I know the backtesting's done over hundreds of trades. And if it doesn't work this time or it doesn't work next time, it's still okay. It's going to work. Right? It's not going to stop working because I'm trading it. Right? Well, if you're really, really unlucky, maybe. But now, so, Christy, what's your question? Yeah, I will. Anyone else have any questions, guys? We're gonna have a session tomorrow night too. I promise you guys a, 2 sessions. I promise you guys something over the weekend. All right, Sharish, I'm gonna work on individual videos for each setup on the SPX. Will that help you a little bit? And I'll explain this chart to you. I don't really trade off a 2-minute time frame, but this one kind of gives me a good look at what's going on. Right? It's going to be this point, Jeff. I'm going to continue on this a little bit more, and then we're going to do some day trading stuff. Leonard did a really good webinar on the opening range, but it didn't record to Webinato, so I want to do that. I mean, because guys, here's the thing, right? 2 other things before I go. Opening ranges, trading the opening 5-minute, first 5 minutes, you can make a lot of money, you can lose a lot of money. All right, if I give a trade out and it's within the first 5 minutes, think twice before you take it. All right, I'm not lying to you. Like, and some of you guys, it's hard to get my fills too in these really fast trades. All right, the other thing I want to talk about is there are many people in this room that are making money on SPX. A lot. I know it. They show me their accounts. Okay. There's others that are having a hard time catching the trades. Guys, you got to determine if you want to chase. All right. I've been putting out watch SPX 2570 puts. So if I say watch 2570 SPX puts, it doesn't mean take it, but it means set up your options chain and whatever. And tomorrow I'm going to show you how I set up my options, how I trade. There's possibly going to be a trade on that. All right. And if I say I get in at 420 and it's 440, you got to decide if you're going to take it, right? Can we agree on that? I mean, you got to decide. Right? Today it was 270. You could have got filled at 280. I had a room that no one wanted to chase it, and it went to $5. It went to 530. And I know you could have got 280 because I was going to buy more. And it was sitting here. It was right on the ask. It was mine for the taking. I was going to buy more. Right at 280, I didn't pull the trigger. I said, nah, I don't want to pull the trigger. Right? And didn't pull it. Everybody could have got 280 and it goes to 530. But no one wanted to chase it 10 bucks. So you got to determine if you want to chase it 10 bucks. All right. Guys, with that, I got to go. I wanted to just kind of go over how we're doing the SPX. And I apologize for